Hello everyone, I am Advocate Mrinal Pillai. I have been in the practice of law for the past 8 years. This is my ninth year of practice. I have been starting to gain a lot of matters on the family side. Therefore, I have opted to move my practice a little bit on the family court side for the past 3 to 4 years. My seniors are Advocate Madhvi Pillai and Mohan Pillai, also my parents. My individual senior and mentor is Mr. Alok Srivastav, under which I have had an immense level of internship. Sorry, immense is wrong. I have had an intense level of internship. It was only for 4 months, but I have learned a lot from Alok sir. So I would like to thank these people to be a part of my journey so that today at least I'm able to talk this confidently to everyone and I'm at least enabled to give you a presentation on the e-filing. So I think that much is sufficient for my introduction. However, two more lines I'll add to it. One is that I am an active member of the Family Court Bar Association for the last 2 3 years, and as it is said in some movies, from the crawling ant to the leaping antelope. That means from the smallest staff member till the best lawyer in the family court, whoever it is, everyone has helped me throughout my journey. So I am thankful for everyone to allow me to give you this kind of a presentation and for the e-filing, and I thank everyone who is actually a part of it. So I think this introduction now should stop. We'll move on to the next part, that is, for what kind of people is this introduction most relevant. Now, we as juniors, we have only a practice of 8 years, 9 years. I mean, this is my ninth year of practice, but our seniors are 60, 70, and every senior varies, and we don't have an age of retirement. So, seniority is way beyond that what we can imagine. Now, seniors were habituated to file papers physically for the past 30 to 40 years. I'm giving you a rough number. Now suddenly telling everyone to just modulate into digital filing, it is not an easy task. Moreover, when it has been made as a mandate. So what would be the most easiest process for people who have been relentlessly and continuously practicing in that fashion to suddenly transition into an e-filing system? This video is being addressed to only those people, because I will be getting queries regarding digital signatures, e-signatures. This would be more on the technical side and will require a separate module to be recorded, that what would be the charges for digital signature, how is the HSPA key to be obtained. I have a digital signature personally, but I know that for people who are or advocates, seniors and even juniors who are suddenly transitioning or maybe unaware of the digital part, and if they are transitioning from the habit of filing papers physically, it is not an easy task. So let me try to communicate through this video the easiest way how people who are facing a difficulty in transitioning from the physical method or habit to the digital method. Let us move on to the next section now. I have a habit to address people in terms of, or I have a habit to give this e-filing presentation in terms of steps. The reason I mention out steps is because steps, if you follow it thoroughly, you can complete an e-filing maybe in 45 minutes. But if you do not follow it thoroughly, it can easily be a task of 3 hours, roughly three and a half hours, provided you have someone who is technologically maybe relevant or technologically aware about what you're trying to do. Therefore, step number one, take a physical copy of the entire petition. Step number two, make sure the signatures of your client and yourself is completely affixed on those. Like, we are not talking about digital, we are talking about physical signatures. Step number three. Now, step number three is to calculate the total court fee that is to be paid and to pay it online. Now, I'll just give a separate timestamp on the YouTube video, on this video rather, so that you can come to know why I am saying not to skip step number three. Now, let us assume you have your petition ready, you filed your petition, you uploaded the oath, you affirmed your pleadings. Everything is now placed before the placed before the department that checks the petition. The department then brings out an objection stating that objection number one, court fee not paid on GRAS portal. Kindly make payment and affix Challan. Affix Challan with petition is the word that they generally use. Now let us assume for calculation purposes your petition along with the exhibit was of 50 pages. Normally the affixing stamp section is technically normally generally is the second last page which is written as affixing stamps. Rather than placing that paper, now you will be placing the challan. Now fortunately or unfortunately you have a PDF that is ready with you but you do not have the challan. Now you go online, you make the payment, you have a copy of the challan, you scan it. This much also one can manage how to do it. Okay. Coming to the next step, how will this challan be annexed at page number 50 and the docket be at page number 51? This is the problem which most of the people face. Therefore, I suggest never ever take the printout of the challan later on, but always make sure that the printout of the challan is taken earlier, is annexed at the second last page of the petition, and only then you scan the entire petition. The reason I have to mention it very simply, assuming you are using any app, Adobe Scan, Open Scanner, or you are using a software which is attached to your CPU through the physical scanner that you have at your office, might be a multi scanner, might be a multi-site scanner. Now you as a person must be aware that I have clicked a scanned copy of the challan. Now I'll open this application, I'll maneuver everything, and I'll take this one page to page number 49. If you can do that happily, then be my guest, do it. There is absolutely no problem. But many people face trouble and they would feel that once my PDF is uploaded, I do not want to look back at the file again, at least for not removing objections in regarding of grass portal challan uploading, grass portal challan being uploaded. Okay, that would be the right framing in the English language. So now I'll show you how to make the payment on the grass portal. So we go to any browser that you use, you can open a tab, you can write gras.ma, you can pause the video right here to check which is the relevant website. You can click on enter. If it's a new browser, you will be getting a red notification that pop-ups are blocked. Click on that notification and click allow pop-ups from grass website, grass.mahakosh. Click on pay without registration. Click on the part as select the department as I could. Click on submit. Payment type, click on judicial stamps. District, click at Mumbai. Click on Mumbai. Select the court as Family Court Mumbai. Select the scheme name as court fees collected in stamp duty. Select the period as one time ad hoc. Select the case type because we are filing a divorce petition. I'll clarify this right now. We are filing a one-sided divorce petition. But while I make an attempt to file that, I'll also address the query regarding how to file a mutual consent petition because that has been clubbing up a lot. That query has been clubbing up a lot. For the sake of it, I am only making 5 rupee payment right now. So I have written the amount as rupee 5. I've clicked once outside so that here it can be displayed as 5.00. Case number, generally if it's a lawyer who's filing the case for the first time in the year 2023, it is denoted as C 2023, 4 times 0 and then 1. For the sake of showing you the filing, I'll name it as number 1, assuming that some advocate is going to file it for the first time. Now I'm writing my name because I am the person who's paying the challan. I am writing the short title of the case. Supposed name of a wife is Ranjana Reddy. Then you go to the mobile number, that is 9768455. The reason this mobile number is important is because whichever area you are living in, there will be a GRN number generated. That GRN number is directly sent to the mobile number as an SMS, but it also appears as a pop-up when you make the payment. Please make sure to note down that GRN number because that is relevant for tracing the challan if at all the challan is not shown appropriately, or rather in the right mode once you make the payment. Okay, if then the challan is not shown, you require this. Select the second last option because it gives you a variety of payment options: internet banking, debit card, credit card, UPI. Select it over here. Do not forget this payment mode also, because this is the actual payment mode through which you are making the payment. Just because the word SBI is written, do not worry. It is an open source of payment towards all the UPI. You can make the payment. Then you type down the relevant details over here as the text is being shown. Click on submit. Okay, my code which I entered was wrong. I'll re-enter that code. VXKGP. Now you can see there's a draft challan that has been registered. Please do not click on this make payment section. You will be taken back to the original section and you have to make sure to input all the details once again. Come down, click on agree and then click on proceed. The moment you click on proceed, the challan number will be popping up on this window also. One can choose to click a photo, safer side to click a photo because everyone might not receive an SMS. The GRN number is displayed right in front of you. I have also received an SMS because of the vibrating sensation. I can understand that. Clicked on OK. We come to the next mode, that is payment. Since I told you to click the second last part, see, it contains all the varieties of payment that you can make. I personally prefer UPI QR. Once I scan it, it is seamless for me to proceed ahead. I click on UPI QR. I click on pay now. They generate a UPR code which I have to scan right now. I scan the UPI code. I am proceeding to pay. Give me a moment. My payment is being processed. My payment is processed. Payment of rupees 5 has been sent to Directorate of Accounts and Treasuries, Finance Department, Maharashtra, successful. Now, this window is the window where people mostly get tensed because there is no challan over here. So what you do is you click on the cross tab, you go back to the GRAS website, gras.mahakosh.gov.in. You search for the challan, and while you search, I told you it is SBI e-payment gateway. Select SBI e-payment gateway. Select the department that it was. It was High Court. The department is selected. The district is selected. The amount was rupees 5. That has been selected. Now you come below and here we have the GRN number. GRN number, the photo that you might have clicked, and in my case, I have received it as an SMS. I'll just input the GRN details over here. I will copy this GRN number in case if I require it for again searching the challan. If I am unable to find it under SBI e-payment gateway, normally I'll find it. I have no qualms in that, in at least in that department. We have written the same thing. I have searched for the challan. I just have to scroll down now and see the challan is displayed over here. Mrinal Pillai, 5 rupees successful. Click on this challan. This is the challan that you have to take a print and you have to annex it at the second last page of your petition. In the calculative purposes, as I told you, download it first. It will be download in the downloads folder. Yes, it is there in the downloads folder. So you can later on take a printout of it and just attach it on the second last, or rather just a page prior to the docket. So right now, my lawyer friends and my seniors, everyone, you all have one complete physical copy with the grass challan that you have paid. You have one entire physical copy of it. Now my advice is you start scanning. That is step number 4. Now you start scanning your entire document. Application that I would prefer from phone is Oken Scanner, OKEN Scanner, or Adobe Scan is also fine. Adobe Scan is normally fine for those people who are generally a little lethargic because it automatically analyzes the square area. In Oken, you have to click the photo and then you have to see whether it has been in the proper frame or not. Both the applications provide you the ability to share the file, provide the ability to compress it within the file also, and both the applications also provide you great amount of clarity so that it is a readable format. Okay. Now, for the sake of it, I will once the PDF is generated, let us assume we just said that it is a PDF, it is a file which is of 50 pages. Of course, in a matrimonial matter, there might be wedding cards, there might be photographs, there are things which have more of a color value while generating a PDF. So, therefore, the PDF size automatically goes beyond 20 MB, which is not acceptable in the e-filing department right now. It gives you an option to upload the PDF which is only under 20 MB. That being the situation, what is your next point to be considered? Now my PDF is created on my mobile and now I have to compress it. You have to manage to send that PDF to your Google Drive, or you can WhatsApp it to someone and use web WhatsApp to extract that PDF to your desktop. Then you can go to the website known as ilovepdf.com. There are various websites. You can go to ilovepdf.com, keep this open. For now, I am not taking the copy of any petition right now. There is a book that I normally use for learning the piano, which is Alfred's book. Of course, it is the first beginner's book. The reason why I'm choosing this PDF, which is 37 MB, is because it contains images, it contains rhythms, it contains lot of things which make it big. Therefore, now we will see how we can compress a 37 MB file into a file which is lesser than 20 MB. My further suggestion is we do not know whether today or tomorrow we will be facilitating online hearing or not. The smaller the size of the file, the easier it is on the presiding officer's system to quickly open and go through it. If at all in the near future, someday, online hearings are facilitated, then it will be required or it will be taken up as a mandate that you might have to give it in smaller size so that the presiding officer is also comfortable and the wastage of precious judicial time is not just going endlessly only for the reason because your file cannot be opened. You go to ilovepdf.com, you click on compress PDF, select PDF file. You can either click over here and select. In my case, I have opened it in the window. I will take this file, I will drag it down to the concerned window. I have dropped it over here. I always go with extreme compression because extreme compression, I'll show you the reason why I go for that. I'll compress it first and then I'll show you. I click on compress PDF. Now let it be compressed. The reason why I actually go for an extreme compression is because file sizes are small, and now I'll show you even when the size of the file is small, how easily it is readable. So that way you are in line with the presiding officer's requirement that the file should be opened properly, and you are also in line if you ever think of practicing digitally or having a workspace for yourself, then in that case you can also seamlessly access your files just because it has a very lower size. Now you can just see 36 MB was the size of file size. It has been reduced to 2.24 MB. Automatically it is being downloaded. If it doesn't download, do not worry about this percentage mark as 94. This is not that important. Or even if it doesn't get downloaded at automatically after maybe a period of a minute or so, you can click over here on download compressed PDF and you can download it. Now comes the next step. Once you have downloaded this PDF will have a name known as Alfred's Premier Piano Course as it's written over here, and it will be written underscore compressed. I'll just show you the name over here. C underscore compressed. So you cannot insert any file irrespective of the size of the MB. The underscore part is not recognized by the e-filing system. Since it is not recognized by the e-filing system, we will delete the part of underscore compressed, and now in proper terms we have a petition with the challan which is compressed in nature, and we also have it in the proper size which can be uploaded, and it does not go through uh, any objections for putting it, or rather for inserting it on the e-filing website as a pleading. You can just rewind the video on what I said. It's a big sentence. You can just go through each and every word that I said. Now, I have just informed you about the extreme compression. Why I chose that. Now, this file of 36 MB has been converted into 2.41 MB or 2.24. I'm sorry with the numbers. I'll just open this up right now. We can use, let us assume for now, this laptop does not have an Adobe Reader. So I'll be using the Firefox. Okay. I'll use the browser. The PDF will directly open over here. You can see this is the PDF which you will be opening in the Adobe Acrobat Reader. Once you open it over there, you can see even after extreme compression of 2.41 MB, these are images, these are rhythms, there are texts also. Can this be read or not? This can be easily read, this can be understood. So if a book of such a nature, when it goes through extreme compression, with the images and with the signs and with the symbols, why cannot a petition which is actually typed be readable even if you choose the extreme compression? So I hope I am being clear about why I use the extreme compression and why I specifically use this file, because this is heavy on images and this is heavy on all the other texts also. Okay, so now I hope the extreme compression choosing method, or rather choosing criteria, why I did that, that is clear to everyone. The size of the file has been reduced to 36 MB from 36 to 2.24. In your case, a 50 MB file or a 50 page file or a 50 or rather 100 MB file can be easily reduced to 10 MB also. Okay, so now I'll close this window for now, and now we will see how do we actually do the data entry, how do we actually incorporate everything into the e-filing portal, how do we upload the pleadings, and how do we actually finalize each and everything till the end. Okay, now since my e-filing window has been open for the last half an hour, I know even if I put the right credentials there will be some glitch, so therefore I am just refreshing this window once again. I have refreshed the window. I'll put the respective details in. I am logging in into my profile. My profile is open here. I am closing this window to make sure it is a little more smoother on the eyes. Uh, we'll forget about this draft pleading which I was trying to create to explain everyone. Now you go to case filing, you go to new case filing. Here you will select your district as you'll select Maharashtra Family Code, you will select Family Code Bandra, you will select, we are filing a contested petition, but while filing it I'll explain about mutual consent also, desertion and maintenance. Then you go to case type, we'll file a contested divorce, we'll write, or rather I'll file a divorce by mutual consent, but in the same breath I'll explain you how to file a contested petition. The name of the petitioner, I will write my name, my phone number, and I click on submit. We go to the next tab. The case number is generated. Since I've already done a lot of e-filing, the number is C2023 4 times 3 times 0 and 1 2. When it's a double digit case number, 3 times 0 1 2. When it's a single digit number, 4 times 0 and the single digit. C 2023 4 times 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Then the number goes backward, or rather comes forward, and you reduce the digit, or reduce the decimal point by 1. Now, if you are worrying that since we made the challan under C2023 4 times 0 and 1, but this e-filing number has been registered as C2023 3 times 0 and 1 2, Will that be a problem? It will not be a problem because you will have the name of the party, you will have the cost title, you will have other things. That would not be a criteria to bring an objection that the challan, that the case number mentioned in the challan is not correct. Because always understand, e-filing number is different, and once your case is approved on the online system, the lodging number and the registration numbers are totally different. So e-filing number as such has no importance to that great extent to which it is actually registered on the e-court website later on, or on the CIS system as the courts have. Now you click on petitioner. Here I'll select the prefix. Wherever there is an asterisk, that part has to be filled as a mandate. So here the gender is selected. Put in my date. Uh, do not select the caste right now because there is a glitch in the system that any caste you select by default it appears as SC. Even if you select open, by the time it is e-filed, it appears as SC, which will then be raised as a objection. Okay, so this is a glitch that we will work on. But for now, since there is no asterisk, there is anyway not a need to incorporate or put an input in this tab. Now coming to the next part, that is the address. Address has to be in detail if it is a contested petition or otherwise, because your PDF will be verified. If your PDF is verified, even the pin code, even each and everything will be verified. But while writing an address, there must not be commas, full stop, or any special characters. For the sake of this e-filing, only for the sake of filing, I am writing Kandivali West, Mumbai, and I'm writing the pin code as 400067. Now we move on to the next tab, or rather you can just check, is there any asterisk over here? There are no asterisks over here, so there is no mandatory provision over here. Click on update. The moment you click on update, record is added successfully. Once the record is added, you can go ahead and check. This appears as the cover page of your case, kind of a cover page or a short title. Now mutual consent queries are raised because it is petition number 1 and 2, and here it is petitioner and respondent. How do we go about it? How can we add extra petitioner? Technically there is an extra petitioner count over here where my mouse is just now scrolling. Here you can add the extra petitioner, but is it advisable to add that? The advice is not correct. You should not add an extra petitioner because the CIS system views a petitioner and a respondent as verses. But in mutual consent, which is it is petition number 1 and petition number 2, the verses sign is not there. Let us take an example of the High Court website also, near login. For succession, you have a petitioner and you have a deceased. So, but the columns given are petitioner and respondent. So you write the petitioner's name in the petitioner's section, the respondent's name in the deceased name in the respondent section. I hope this part is clear. Now you have already added the name of the petitioner. Now by default, when you submit that, the tab changes, does not change, it still remains as petitioner. Click on respondent, then add the respondent details. For the current case scenario, it is Ranjana Reddy. Ranjana Reddy. We select her gender. Now, my hypothetical wife might be of my same age, but we'll keep her as my same age, 31. Uh, though it is not mandatory, I've just gone through that because there is no asterisk. It is not mandatory for me to put it. The address of my hypothetical wife shall be Malad West, Mumbai, and the pin code will be 400064. Understand, even if it is a contested petition or any kind of petition, the address must be proper and must not have special characters, otherwise it will not be accepted. Moreover, an incomplete address can result in the bailiff or the department saying that address is improper, service of summons cannot be affected. At the outset, if the address is not proper, your petition will not be accepted and the objection will be raised. So forget about the stage of bailiff. So please make sure that the address is written correctly of the respondent and the petitioner. Click on save. Details are, record is added, details are updated. Whether it is updated correctly, just scroll down upwards and now you can see this name is added as Ranjana Reddy. If at all you are desirous of adding or editing any details, you can go to view previous parties. You can click on any one of these pencils and you can edit the respective person's details. Okay, we come to the next tab, fact details. Read over here. This detail is not compulsory. In family matters, sometimes it's a continuing offense. The nature of offense cannot be precisely said that XYZ this happened and XYZ this happened. Some incidents might be there, but family matters generally you cannot give that much of a precision to the details of facts that have happened. You can directly skip this part because it's not compulsory. You can go to the next tab, case detail tab. Now by default there is a prayer over here. Okay, because I selected 13b, this prayer has been automatically given over here. Is there any star mark over here, any nature? So technically prayer, if not added, will not cause any harm. Cause of action would be Mumbai. Date of cause of action, we will take some random date as a date of separation and we will add that as a date of cause of action. Let us take it 2nd March 2022. Do not write any valuation over here because the moment you write valuation and if at all your court fees deficit, there will be another objection. But the key principle, no asterisk, no details to be filled. This prayer you can either let it be or you can, I am deleting it for now because this is not something that I inserted, it has come by default. You come below, here the same prayer is again mentioned in Marathi. However, Marathi is not, there is no asterisk mark. So far as my understanding goes, this detail is also not mandatory while you file it. So I'm deleting this part also. One second, I'll just select it entirely. Here you have an asterisk which is for which is a mandatory part to be filled. Here you have to write the act that you are filing the petition under. In the present case, it is Hindu Marriage Act, and the section would be 13b. Left hand side window of the act, you have to just type the first few letters of the act that you desire. Automatically a drop down window will appear, and from that drop down window you can select the act. You cannot just type and then press the key enter. On the right hand side section, you have to write section 13b manually, and you can add more acts also. For example, click over here. I will add family courts act, and I will add section 7, sorry, section 7. This part is also added. So this is the way how you can add more acts. Mohammedan law as a fact has not been added, so anyone who is trying to add petitions under the Mohammedan law for section 281, 307, any of those provisions either for restitution or for divorce, that part is not added. So people who are unable to add that, what they are trying to do is they are going into the more act section. We are currently facilitating it under Muslim personal law, and then we are writing the respective section of Mohammedan law on the right hand side. Okay, for now I'll delete this part because this is not required. Remove acts, one act is removed. So this somehow now completes the incorporation of sections, or rather acts of the petition. You go down, you should not click next, otherwise there will be a definite error that pops up. Case detail tab not filled. I'll show you the error once. Case detail tab with act. You have already filled the act, so do not click next. Click on save. You automatically go to the e-filing window. You are currently here on the e-filing window. Your case, this is the PDF of the case that you will be, this you can kind of say this is the receipt that you get after you file it. So you can check this detail once again. If you want to edit, there is a pencil icon. Click on this pencil icon to edit any details that you wish to edit. Scroll down below to check all the details. Scroll down the tabs also if you want to check each and every tab. Then simply click on e-file case. Do you want to submit the case? Yes, details cannot be modified. Therefore, I said that pencil icon is important. Click on that pencil icon first. Only after that, you can just re-verify everything and then e-file. I click on OK. Currently, my case has been e-filed. And the case which we filed, I'll delete this case to avoid confusion. This case has been deleted. Our case was C2023 3 times 012, which is name numbered over here as 12/2023. Now, people who are filing this, sorry, from that window, you click on e-filing services. You get your pleading under the tab of draft pleadings. This is C2023 3 times 012. But here you can see the document is not uploaded and the oath is not recorded. You can close this. The completed if it has to go from the draft pleading to the completed pleadings, then in that case it will, one second, it has just zoomed out. I'll just zoom out from the screen. Yeah, one second. Yes. Now it converts from the draft pleading to the completed pleading section. So what you have to do is you have to now upload your petition. You have to verify your petition, the PDF which you actually compressed with the challan. Okay. So you go to the pleading section. You go to the pleadings part. You click on new case. You click on e-filing number. You select the case. The client is automatically selected. You can write the name of the file. The name of the file can be divorce petition 13B. You have to locate the file. You can click on browse. We will locate the file in the download section, which is the Alfred piano something that we did, which we have actually compressed. This is the file which is of 2 MB. Okay, just to verify, I'm keeping the mouse over there. You can see it is 2.23 MB. We have opened this file. This file is appearing over here. Then you have to click on add file. Once you click on add file, the file will be added. Give it a second. You can see the file is added over here, and currently, since it does not contain any underscore mark, it does not come under the caption of any kind of an objection while uploading it. Therefore, we renamed it in the last segment, or you can just trace back the video to check it. Then you click on submit. This pleading is eventually submitted. Now the pleading, where is the submission? Scroll down. This is your petition number and this is the pleading that you have uploaded in the divorce petition. It shows as pending. Why it shows as pending? We will look into that now. Now the pleading has been signed by the advocate, has been signed by the party, but has the online e-filing system verified it yet? The answer is no. Go to Esign. Since I am not explaining about what you say, I'm not explaining about digital signatures from obtained from e-mudra or DSC certificates, DSCs. So we are currently moving ahead with the principle of OTP verification. I'll click on authorize signatories. I have actually authenticated myself earlier with the OTP. Now, in case if this stage is something that is something that you desire to see, then I'll show you that once again, because here I had earlier filed the same nature petition with same OTP numbers just to show that how the case is filed. So my number is authenticated. It's a very simple process. Still, I'll show you a short video of it so that you can come to know how OTP is received and how you can verify it. Therefore, your pleadings after this OTP authentication stands verified. Okay. But before verifying the pleadings, you have an option to check your pleadings. On the right hand side, it will normally be a divorce petition, but here I have the Premier Piano course book because we use that file to compress. Now, over here, or rather in the entire e-filing segment, there is one thing that I would like to tell everyone. At any stage, if you feel stuck, for example, if this is the tab where we are stuck right now, you can go on the right hand side, click on video tutorials. You have a dedicated video tutorial for that. Once you come to the dedicated video tutorial, you can see which part of the thing is which part of the e-filing is something that you're not understanding. For example, now here we will go towards the pleading part. Now, pleading oath, uploading of pleadings and documents, indexing and e-signing. Indexing is something that we are not currently focusing upon heavily, but I'll directly take you to the part where OTP is authenticated for a respective pleading, because that is important right now. Unless and until we bring an SOP out and state that exhibits are to be given separately, Wakalatnama is to be given separately, or anything of that nature, if we ever come up with that kind of an SOP, then you can again go back to this video and learn how indexing is to be done. I'll just play this video and take you to the relevant point and keep my mouth shut so that you can see how OTP is verified.
Friends, do not visit advocate's office. For demonstration purpose, we will continue using advocate login. For OTP based verification, click on the OTP button. System prompts for OTP verification. Complete the verification process to authenticate the pleading. On successful verification, OTP verified icon.
So I hope from that little clip which I have just played on the video, you have understood how OTP authentication of a pleading is done. OTP is authenticated, your pleading is done, but now your question might come that if your OTP was already authenticated while you uploaded it, why was it showing pending on the bottom side? It is showing pending because it has not yet been submitted along with the oath. Okay, so now OTP is authenticated, OTP is authenticated for the pleading. The pleading is divorce petition 13B. The file is on the right hand side. Now we go to recording of oath. Okay, you go to video recording, you go to new case, select your case, you go to documents, select the PDF. PDF is named as Alfred's Piano, but on the left hand side you had an option to name the PDF. We have named it as divorce petition 13B. Click on that. The petition is here. It will again be displayed on the right hand side, whichever file you try to upload, or rather whichever file you want to give an oath. You can select the client. Now here the biggest confusion that mutual consent petitions are there. They say that why is the oath not being recorded of both the parties? Now currently the system does not, currently the CIS system views petitioner and respondent. And unfortunately, if there is a petitioner number 1 and 2, only then multiple petitioners can record their oath. So if the system views two people on the opposite sides and the oath recording is only for the people of the same side, then how is this to be facilitated? That means you have to either select the petitioner. Technically, you will only select the petitioner. You cannot select the respondent since you are filing the petitioner. You record the oath and convince your client to a certain degree that it is a mutual consent petition unless the verification of both the parties is done in the court with the contents of the claim affidavit or with the consent terms or with the averments made in the petition. Till then there'll be no order passed, so they can remain stress free even if a single oath is recorded. Now if your question is that if a single oath is recorded, then will my petition come under the objection part because I only recorded the oath of a single person? How can that be valid? So currently we are not going to the system, or rather the system is not giving us a response in such a manner wherein they will be getting an objection of the petitioner's number two's oath not being recorded. That will not be raised as an objection for now. If the CI system develops later on a good way, then of course petitioner and petitioner number one and petitioner number two, there'll be two separate headings which you saw in the title of the case, or rather the short title, Mrinal Pillai versus Ranjana Reddy. It should have been Mrinal Pillai and Ranjana Reddy. Till now, we could not have the CIS system or the e-filing system has not implemented it in that fashion. But so far as a mutual consent case is concerned, I do not think there is anything to worry about because ultimately a presiding officer will verify the contents of everything in the presence of both the parties and only then any order will be passed. Then you search the name of the client. Now I am the advocate and I am self the client too. So Mrinal Pillai, myself, the first name is the advocate. The remaining are the partners in the office, or rather the partner advocates. Mrinal Pillai is the client, the most bottom part. I click on it. I click on it. I have to record my oath. Now I cannot record my oath while discussing this thing with you because if I record my oath right now, it will be showing, I will have to access the camera on which I am actually recording myself. I am actually recording the entire screen which is being displayed, and the webcam would not be able to record a partial footage which has to be uploaded to the server. Therefore, I will show you this step by going to the video tutorial page. You go to the tutorial page, you click on recording oath recording video, which is given here below. This is a 1 minute video. Let the entire video be played, or rather I'll just take you to the relevant part and you'll see how the oath is recorded. You can listen to the lady who's actually narrating everything. The entire concept will be clear.
Friends, in this video, we will learn the procedure to record document from the document window. Also, select party from the client name list who is recording the oath. To start recording, click on the Record Your Oath button. You will see a video capture window along with the oath content. If your browser asks for permission to allow camera and mic to allow access, please allow it. Click on Start Recording to record the video while reading the oath. You may review the oath video and re-record it if there are any issues with the picture or audio. To submit it to court, click on Upload to Server button. Once submitted, it cannot be re-recorded again. Thank you for watching the video.
I am pausing at this stage right now because once the video is recorded, it appears in this bottom corner and you can play the video once again to just see whether the video has been recorded properly or not. However, prior to recording the video, I will tell your clients, I would advise you to tell your clients to make sure that they read this aspect. Now, if there is a language barrier, then you know the contents that is given over here in English. Make them say this entire thing in the language which they are comfortable. Most preferable Marathi. Second would be Hindi. Third would be, of course, English is any day welcome because that is the text that is written over here. In the family code right now we are liberal enough to accept the oath provided the face of the person is seen, because many people have a habit to read but while reading also after writing on a paper, but they are still looking at the screen. So so the person who is identifying or rather checking the petition can at least correlate the face with the photo that is annexed at the first page of the petition, not in the cover page, but you know which page I am exactly trying to tell you about. So now we have completed record compressing a PDF. Sorry, let me go back from step one. Step one was taking printout of a file. Step number two was obtaining signatures. Step number three was paying the payment on grass. Step number four was taking the grass payment challan and annexing it at the second last page just prior to the docket. Step number five is scanning the entire document. Step number six is compressing the entire document into a below 20 MB, preferably below even 10 MB. Step number seven, how to upload that pleading. Step number seven starts with data entry. Step number seven, start making the data entries. Step number eight, upload the pleadings. Step number nine, authenticate the pleading. And step number 10, recording of your oath. Once this 10-step procedure is absolutely clear to all of you, then you can just go to the e-filing services. You can check the draft pleadings. Of course, here my oath is not recorded because I told you because of the technical difficulty I can't do it. But view documents, the pleading has been pleading which was then appearing to be pending. Once I submit here, it will no more remain pending. That being the situation, the GRN number is not selected over here. Why is it not selected over here? Because you made the payment manually on the GRAS website and you annexed that payment, annexed that challan on the second last page of your petition. One note that I would like everyone to make in the current e-filing scenario is the e-payment section. The e-payment section is like a Paytm wallet which has a code fee wallet which is something like this. I have already uh, put in some amount, that is the odd 200 rupees amount. The only reason I would tell you not to rely on this is because any court, if I select from Maharashtra, for example, Maharashtra Family Court, in that case, the only court I get is Nagpur. Now, whether you have any query that if we select Nagpur, only then can the wallet, then can the money be entered or something. I'll tell you a quick solution for this. You can select any court and you can credit amount in your court fee wallet. But when you are submitting any interlocutory application or any subsequent pleading online and you want to make a payment to that specific pleading, just as an example, I'll show you. You go to pleadings, sorry, you go to payment, you go to e-payment, make payment. Now, for example, I wish to make the payment to the petition that I filed. I click on new case. I click on the selected case. I select my name. My phone number is here. I'll enter the amount, whatever the amount is, I'll agree. Pursuant to agreeing to this part, the window will get stuck at some stage here or there, because of which you will not be able to pay the court fee to the respective from the e-payment window currently. Sometimes it has happened that it has worked for 2 3 days fine and it has suddenly gone on like the day it actually works smoothly. That day you will come to know that I need not even pay separately on grass. I can actually use this e-payment wallet as my Paytm wallet and directly make the payment and just select the GRN number. So the specific scanning of a single page challan and annexing it separately in the second last page can be in the future, in the near future, can be avoided if this GRNC, if this e-payment system is also eventually working smoothly. Okay. Right now, then we go now coming back to the main thing, we go to the draft pleading. I cannot record my oath. You just have to click on submit. The moment you click on submit, what happens next is something that I'll show you in my completed pleading section, because I am tired of filing these cases endlessly and deleting them one after the other. And once it goes under the completed pleadings, it directly goes to the CIS system only, and only if they reject my petition, then I can delete it. Now, how do I delete this petition is a question that many people will ask. You can again go to case filing, you can go to new case filing. Here you have the plus icon, here you have the edit case, here you have the view case. This is the view case and I am deleting this entry right now. Okay, I am deleting the entry that I made, but what happens post filing, I will show it to you shortly in a minute. Just look, just be a little patient. You go to that file, if once submitted, goes to completed pleadings. The completed pleadings shows something as this. Now, this completed pleadings on the right hand side, you have to always view status. You view status over here. Still, case is not consumed in CIS. The first working day of the court, the department has to consume this case into the CIS system. Then, this chocolate colored shaded window that you see for the specific case will convert into a light green shade. That light green shade will show case still not verified in CIS. Then this is the moment when they actually see for any objections that your plaintiff has, if any. Okay. Now, once that stage is also over, then the third stage comes, case verified in CIS on so and so, so and so, and a CNR number is registered. Now, once you click on this CNR number, you get to see the filing number 11170, the registration number so and so, so and so. You get to see the court number and all the other details. Okay, because this is now registered on the e-court website. But as I told you earlier, do you have the e-filing number C2023 anything given on the e-court's website right now? No. Therefore, when you pay the challan and there is a red water drop kind of a sign on case number, you can rewind the video on the grass challan part. There I have written the case number as C2023 4 times 0 and 1, and the case that I filed right now was C 2023 3 times 0 and 1 2. Do not worry about that, because once it bypasses that stage, that e-filing number does not come anywhere on the e-codes database. It will always remain a relevant number for you on the e-filing database that you have. Okay, so I have given you a rough overview of a 10-step process. I think I have roughly taken an hour of your time, but in my opinion, the amount of words that I have spoken or the amount of explanation that I have given, if I have a physical petition copy in front of me right now, the amount of time that I have taken in actually communicating these aspects to you would be roughly somewhere 20 to 25 minutes. That time can be easily consumed in scanning and preparing the PDF and doing all those kind of works. And the remaining 15 minutes can be happily given to the data entry and oath recording. Therefore, your e-filing can be completed if done with complete focus and following all the 10-step process. It can be easily done in a matter of 40 to 45 minutes. Last but not the least, any tab, anywhere you face a query, what is a portfolio, what is the application, what is the e-payment glitch, I have already explained. This would be something that I'm trying to conclude this entire video into. But any other video where you are unable to understand what is happening, how to go about this, how to go about that, go to the video tutorials. It's all there for your help. Okay, but do not believe the e-payment right now. Okay, that is something which is still under process. It has to work perfectly for you to access, put the money in the wallet, and then go about it. So therefore I would conclude this video right now by saying that you can e-file cases normally in a very easy manner. I've given you the names of scanner, but if you follow the 10-step process step by step, I'll be detailing it in the description box below. If you follow the 10 steps properly, chronologically, only then your time will be saved and your e-filing will be successful. Always understand the scanners that I have told you, Oken and Adobe Scan. These two scanners, why I'm suggesting you this is because if people are not having physical scanners at their office, then these apps give you an option. For example, tomorrow, if there is an objection at page number 32 or an objection at page number 31 that the age of the child is not written or the date of birth is not written, something of that nature, then you should not be tensed that, oh my God, now I have to rescan everything. The answer is wrong. You have to make sure that the compressed PDF scan file is with you in your app, either Oken Scanner or on Adobe Scan, and then you can easily remove that one page. And since you have a physical copy of the entire petition with you, then from that physical copy of the petition, for example, it is at page number 32, you remove page number 32, you just type down the age of the child and scan that single page and add it to the compressed file which is there on the Oken scanner. Therefore, when you add it over there, they give you an option where would you like to insert this page to. Just hold on that one single page, take it to page number 32. Therefore, solving your objection removal problem also in the process of explaining you about how to file this entire, how to go about this e-filing system. I hope my message is clear. There will be timestamps given to each and everything, or rather whichever timestamps uh, I am okay with by giving in the mere common sense that I have, or in the basic common sense that I have, I'll give timestamps. You might have to watch this video back and forth a little bit to understand the entire process. Follow the 10 steps perfectly. And before I forget, yes, your client can record his oath while he is staying at his place, but he must register himself as a litigant and the case must be linked to him. A different process, we will cover it in a separate moment, or rather in a separate video altogether, or else video tutorials are always there for you. Follow the 10-step process for every advocate who is just transitioning from having a heavy practice of physical filing and suddenly is being forced, or rather is feeling heavy discomfort in going for the digital filing. Thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you guys liked the presentation. Thanks a lot.